Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this one I'm going to be reviewing the entirety of the Assassin's Creed Chronicles Trilogy. Now, to start off with, I'm going to get the good stuff out of the way first, and then I'm going to go on to the bad stuff. So that means I'm going to start off with the first game and then go on to the two last games. So the two last games are the worst ones to start off with. So I'm going to explain to you why all of this stuff is in this video. So let's start. So Assassin's Creed Chronicles China is by far the best of the three games. Why? Because it doesn't rely on instant fail objectives. It relies more on your opinion on how you do things, on how things turn out. Now, you get reviews on things, but you get decent stuff, I guess. I mean, you get like you enjoy yourself. You don't have to. You don't feel tied to some of like the things that you have to do, and it doesn't feel like you have to do it all by the book. Oh, I like that. You have certain ways to do things, or certain things that might stop you from doing it certain ways, but it's all within reason. Something that the games forgot, well, the developers forgot with the other two games, and it was mostly playable. There were some challenging bits, but none of it felt like it was nearly impossible, and there were some points in other games that I felt as if it was, and that's why Chronicles China is definitely the best of the three games. And I think it was actually pretty solidly good as well. I thought it was pretty good for a spin-off game, to be honest, because it really did feel like fun, and I like the vibe and I like the colours and all that stuff. It was really nice, but the other two games brought it down, but this is where all my good memories from the franchise will stand with China. So Assassin's Creed Chronicles India was a massive disappointment. I mean, Assassin's Creed Chronicles China got my hopes up so much. It's pretty and colourful as this game, to be honest, but it is also mistakeably awful. So it's impossible to mistake this for anything good, because really what it was a pain in the neck. Instant fail objective after instant fail objective after puzzle after puzzle. I didn't mind the puzzles and the sniping bit, but how everything was impossible almost. Like you had to do everything the way the developers planned it to be. There's no way of making it any way other way. You had to do it all by the book. There was no freedom. You felt like you were more taking it's like a passenger seat or a back seat, but you know, you're still in control. It's like driving from the back seat. You're basically relying on someone else's eyes, and that means you had to do it all their way, and you know, it resulted in a pretty poor outcome. I mean, the game looks good, but the looks are all it is, to be honest. I'm really sorry, but it was pretty awful. Though the codes were interesting, but that was about it. And I like it how he's actually quite a happy guy, though, to be honest. His whatever his name is, Arbaz. Now Russia is another story of instant fail objective after instant fail objective after instant fail objective after instant fail objective after instant fail objective after. Oh God, when can I stop, please? But you know, it was worse than India for these things, because they were all over the place. It wasn't every other. Well, it wasn't every, like, now and then, like in India, but it was every other objective. It was insta-fail objective after insta-fail objective after. This is so hard that it's almost impossible. And those objectives were a lot harder than India's, besides from maybe one or two. Well, besides from one objective in India, which was really difficult. Though there are several in this, like, escape the light before it gets you and you get shot. That was really hard. You had to be perfect. And then there was escape the tank, which is where you had to do rolls and all that and get away from it as fast as you can. And there were way too many insta-fail objectives in this game. Like, it became so dense towards the end, it was every two objectives almost. It was always every other objective was insta-fail, and I was incredibly disappointed again. And it formulated my final opinion on the Chronicles series, to be honest. And I wouldn't recommend this game or India, because they're both too reliant on objectives. Unless you like really, really tough challenges, which I don't like tough challenges. I like tough challenges, but not ridiculously tough challenges like these two games possess. I mean, there's no way to do it besides from the book in this one. India was like, hey, you can try, but in this it's instant fail if you do try to do it your own way. So you really don't feel like you had any freedom whatsoever, and overall the game is just as bad as India, if not worse. I reckon it's about just as bad. So China is the best. So yeah. Overall, China is definitely the strongest game. Russia and India are awful. I really wouldn't recommend this series. I mean, don't play it as a series. Play China on its own. Yeah, don't even play for those numbers. Don't let them tempt you, because even that is disappointing. Trust me, I'm not going to spoil it, but don't. So, you know, just play for China, just play through China, and don't play through anything else. Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend the other two, otherwise you'll be wanting a refund pretty quickly. So, thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe, share, comment, tell me what you think about this video, and I'll see you on the next one. You're okay to disagree, but don't hate me. So yeah, so yeah.